Abby Hoover. I'm an architect. I was born in Iowa, but I actually grew up in New Mexico, in Santa Fe and Albuquerque, so I consider myself a New Mexican. I went to Stanford University for my undergrad, which was in urban studies, and then I got my architecture degree, master's in architecture at Harvard at the GSD. From the time I was little, I was always interested in architecture. I drew a lot as young as I can remember, and my dad always encouraged me to draw by giving me pieces of paper and scraps to draw on. I was always making things, drawing house plans, making up stories about the people who lived in the houses. I always remember making things. I think that when I work through the design process, when I think about core values, I think about what I enjoy most as part of the process. I think about just working with clients and stakeholders because I do a lot of public work. We're usually working with large numbers of people, and you're sort of trying to build consensus to move a design forward that a large group of people feel good about. So that's just something I enjoy, is sort of the large process of gathering information from people and understanding what the wants and needs are, and then translating that into design concepts that people think will work well for them. Process-wise, if I'm actually like drawing and thinking through a problem, I usually have to think through it with a couple of different means. So, I might be sketching on trace paper, I might be working in CAD or thinking about something two-dimensionally, and then I have to switch and think about it three-dimensionally. Personally, I like SketchUp. I know that a lot of people don't, but I do. I find it really intuitive to work with, so I usually like to go back and forth to understand something, and then once you get into Revit, when you're doing construction documents, seeing a problem from several different perspectives, you learn things, and also, looking at precedent studies, seeing what's out in the world, what's working well, how can that influence your design. I collaborate in many different ways. Since my role is more, at this time, more of like a design management role, I'm talking to consultants, so engineers and specialty consultants, and sort of making sure that the whole team is understanding all the different problems and challenges and opportunities from each discipline, and how do you weave that all together. There is a trend towards hyper-specialization because buildings have gotten so complex. We have building envelope specialists and curtain wall specialists and sustainability experts and hospital experts and higher education experts, so to speak. So on one hand, I feel like that's sort of an aspect of what we do that is interesting. On the other hand, I also think that as a result of sort of the DIY culture, like younger, also I think things like HGTV have accelerated this idea, but there's a notion that anyone can be a designer, anyone can design anything. You can look something up on YouTube and learn how to build a house. My biggest challenges are definitely related to budget and schedule. So I feel like over time schedules have gotten faster and faster, and so as you all know, you think through a design problem and you want to be able to test out different ideas and sort of let an idea bake in your mind, and you might change something, and you don't always have the liberty to do that. One bit of advice I would give young students is to seek out a mentor or mentors as you go through your design career and education. Going back to sort of the DIY culture, I think it's really easy for people to look things up on YouTube or Pinterest, and there's all information under the sun on Google, but I don't think there's anything that can replicate just being able to ask questions and learn from someone. I think it's also really important for your career to think about relationship building, and so it's not just about gathering data or gathering the facts, it's about learning how to work together with people, and so I just think the face-to-face mentorship is just irreplaceable. So